What's going on, people? TroopzTV. Back again. Back a blood clot again. You understand? Finally, the Premier League as well is back again, blood. You understand? And as you can see, Zar has found his way back to the podcast, blood. You get me? He forgot about, man. You understand? We held it up. You get me?
Never.
He has remembered us now. You get me? He's been doing box life, catching hella flights. You get me? He started in Texas, found his way over to Chicago, but now he's back in NYC. You get me? These times he could have done the podcast from Texas or Chicago. But we'll leave that for another day, people. You get me? We'll leave that for... I like Goody. We'll leave that for another
day, bruv. Could have given us some O-block footage or something over there.
You know what I'm saying?
Shot as well, you know what I'm saying?
He would have been blending in blood of his little dreads. You get me? But...
It's a fight I'll lose, so I'm not even going to argue.
Yeah, you're going to lose this one, blood. You understand? But back again with Troopz. Presented by Heineken. Episode... Oh, shit. Now I'm actually lost, blood. Episode 95?
94.
I think it's 95. You're right.
95.
Oh.
95. Fuck! Why am I always one off?
Dickhead!
Always one off, blood. I swear.
Some of that, mate, yeah?
I knew to add. Do you know what? I said add +1 to whatever you're going to say, but I just didn't fucking do it.
So you was too off, you my lad. Cut blood about one.
No, I said 94. It's 95 today.
No, but you said add +1, so you must have been thinking 93.
No, because I add 94. You don't. Hey?
Wow, lad, you sound like Robbie when he gets cornered, blood.
Hey, listen.
Hella stuttering, blood. Man's doing up Joe, fam. Stutter.
It's so funny. It's so funny. You
hey,
say
we're all
that
bald as well, you cunts. Leave us alone.
Yeah, you, whoa, not all, blood.
What do you mean? Joe's bald as well, blood. Don't listen.
Oh, you free.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, don't talk about, me and Zar, we're good, blood. You understand?
Listen, you better appreciate that while it's still there, bro. Because you see, once that starts to go, if I see an inch of your hairline going, it's over. You're done.
Are you
half an inch, you're finished.
No one can even come at me, blood. I got to 33 with a hairline. No one can ever come at me, blood, yeah? No one. Blood, you didn't even get to secondary school with a hairline, rude boy.
No. Hey, tell a lie.
You went to year 7 and your team was good.
I didn't get to my 20s with a full hairline. I ain't going to lie to you. I done the Iron Robin thing. Like, you get me? My shit was going back from early. Yeah, I was doing the Iron Robin thing, bro. Like, PvE, I was having hair loss and them thing there, fam.
You got to get ahead of the story early. Just own it.
Blood, he never knew about Turkey. Get me? He never knew about Turkey, blood. Yeah, that's
but I'm still not going Turkey, blood. Too many people know this bald head. You imagine if I just turn up with the trim with the high top or something.
I hate to pile on, but I don't think any motherfucker in Turkey can even rescue that, bro.
That's what I'm saying. There's no follicles left, cuz.
Justin Timberlake settings, blood. Dead and gone. Dead and gone.
Hey, but I'm good. But you see, what I'm good. I could grow that full beard, cuz. So I'm lucky. God sake, you know what? I'm gonna take your hair. I'm gonna take your hair.
I cut it, I trimmed it, Don't chat shit, blood.
For your beard.
Are you mad? I'll go close. You know this Josh Pussy always zooms. I'll zoom myself, blood. You understand? Yeah, I got a couple patches, but you get me, blood. I will zoom myself, blood. Big man thing, blood. But you get me, blood. For that crisp balance, that yeast. You understand? In the autumn. When your hair's falling out, when the panties are falling, beer things are falling, blood. You understand? Teams are falling in the table. It's a mad thing, blood. You get me? You need that Heineken to cushion the blow, blood. You get me? Make sure you're 21 and over. Drink responsibly. Grab bro from the local retailer or get it shipped to the crib, blood. You know what I'm saying? Man, them, I've been so bored, with this international bollocks. Like,
trust me.
So bored. And then when you see the way England performed against Hungary, blood, you understand? Like,
that was sad.
What the blood? The highlight of the game, well, not even the highlight, blood, because it wasn't really a highlight, blood. Well, parts of it were highlights, blood, and you could say karma. You understand? Was the Babylon getting mashed up by the Hungary fans? You understand? Now for me, the steward that was racially abused was absolutely disgusting. Any stewards that were physically harmed, even if Donny was there that threw out me and jet ski, I didn't even wish harm on that bald prick, blood. You understand? But
leave bull people alone, man. Why you gotta just cuss out bull people, man? We're good people, blood.
You're all right, and Robbie. I don't know Joe. You get me? But that one's a prick, blood. You understand? That one is a top class prick, blood. You get me? And I don't wish no badness on the stewards. But when I say karma, I mean with the Babylon getting beat down, because we've seen Babylon beat down people of our color year after year after year. We've seen the fuckery happen to that young lady. Forgive me for forgetting her name. When she was wrongly arrested, and then emmed by the working Babylon officer. Yeah, that happened in England, bro. I think it was 2 months ago, blood. You understand?
Oh, yeah. I heard
so
about
that. So the ladies feel on edge from the Babylon, you get me? So when I say karma, I mean the Babylon getting beat down, not the stewards and them thing there. But that was the highlight of the whole game, blood. You get me? And what surprised me was the way FIFA came out and addressed it, blood. You know, normally they come out with their half-hearted statements. Oh, we're gonna look into it. We're gonna wait for camera footage and the representatives from the game to give their verdict. But FIFA have come out and kind of put down a firm statement, blood. And for me, I think it's right, because Hungary fans have been banned from watching their team in Hungary. But you can watch the team out of Hungary. Now, what they did as well was they only gave tickets to Hungarian people who live in the UK. So you have to have a UK
permanent residence.
Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of the Hungarians that were in there are actually from England. You understand? But there was still a big ultra element, because you know how the Eastern Europeans, they got their ultras and them thing there. They're still on the hooligan thing. Mm-hmm. But isn't that a bit dumb though, blood? How you ban them from their country, but then then they can watch it in another country, even though they're not traveling fans coming from Hungary.
They're still the same people.
Them fans could have traveled to Hungary to watch the game, and then done the racial abuse, because they've said that 4 of Hungary's last 6 games have been marred by fuckery. So the German game, they put up homophobic objects and was singing bare homophobic songs and against the transgenders.
Right, they're on it like that.
Yeah, bro. And then obviously France, they racially abused Mbappe, Pogba, all them, and they got it.
The black players.
You get me? Then obviously England got it when they went to Hungary. Jude Bellingham got racially abused. Sterling got racially abused.
Yeah, I remember that.
The bottle thing when Rice was drinking the...
the cup, yeah.
And now they've come to England and the fans are
fighting in the stands. Yeah.
You get me? What should happen? Why were they allowed in the first place, blood, to even watch the game? Even though they're not people from Hungary. Like I said earlier, they could have traveled to the Hungary game and been part of the fuckery. I'm not saying they were, but they could have been part of the fuckery that happened in previous games, blood.
Yeah, monetary fines for me have never worked. I think they should just be forced to do closed games pretty much.
But then that's going to ruin it for the others that are not doing that. I reckon
they're ruining it. They're ruining it for themselves.
What's this? But Zar, don't you think it's got to a point? But Zar, don't you think it's got to a point where at this point, finding the fans or banning the fans, it's not benefit. Well, it is, but it isn't. I think at this point they need to go to whoever's in charge of the Hungarian football, the Hungarian FA or whatever, and say to them, if this continues, you need to let your fans know. Whatever competition comes up next, you've got risk of not being allowed to play in that tournament unless you fix your racial behavior. Because it's gone beyond dealing with the fans now. The fans are going to respect what happens on the pitch. And if they're not playing in the tournaments, then that's going to affect them. Maybe that's going to make them see things a little different. Yeah, I'm with that, blood. For me, it's gone past the stage of, fine them, this, that. Because you're finding them and the fans are still coming in the stadium and doing the same fucking thing, blood. So nothing is being done about it, blood. The only way to do it is to pull them out of European qualifiers. Yeah, exactly.
World Cup qualifiers, friendly games, tournaments. That's the only way this thing is going to improve, blood. Because, like I said, bro, you get me? They've had bare madness, blood. They've had racial madness. They've had homophobic. They're scrapping feds. There's bare things. If this was England, they would have banned us. We would have got kicked out.
100%.
You understand? I remember when England fans...
Actually, you're right. You're right about that.
Yeah, I remember when...
Eastern Europe gets away with a lot.
They get away with hella shit, bro. We're going to jump into something as well straight after this involving an Eastern European country as well, blood. You understand? I got bare shit, bro. Like, I remember when Arsenal won the league and we couldn't play in Europe because I think it was Liverpool had a madness in Europe and then they were kicked out of Europe and then every English club was banned from European competitions. So like the European Cup, the Champions League, basically.
Oh, this was a while ago. This was years ago, right?
This was like
before we was born, innit?
Yeah, this was the late this was like 80s, early 90s. You understand?
Right.
There was a ban put on English clubs. So even if you won the league, you cannot compete in next season's European Cup. Like. You understand? And you see the way when English fans go abroad, the way we're treated by Babylon.
Yeah.
You understand? I even think that...
You're watching from the airport.
Bro, I've been in it, yeah? And I've seen it firsthand, bro. You understand? I remember we went to Atletico Madrid, yeah? Semi-final Europa League. We lost 1-0, yeah? We've come out, yeah? Firstly, we didn't even come out. They kept us in the ground for 45 minutes, man. Yeah? 45 minutes.
At the end of the game?
Yeah. And this is the worst thing. They didn't even tell us they were keeping us in, yeah? So certain man, obviously we're losing. Certain man trying to walk out the stadium. The stewards is like saying in Spanish, you man can't leave. People are trying to leave. They started licking down man.
Each other.
They started licking down man and saying, go back to your chair. Then when we come out, yeah, they're like, go this way. We go that way. They attack us. They say, go that way. We go the other way. They attack us. I was walking, yeah. I don't know the you. I'm walking, yeah. Arsenal fans. We're all walking, yeah. There's one you next to me, walking. The feds come out of nowhere and bust his head. Out of nowhere. Out of nowhere, bro, for no reason. We're just walking.
Yeah, them Spanish police are wicked, fam. I'm telling you, yeah.
I remember when we went to PSG. We drew 1-1 Champions League.
France too?
Yeah, France, bro. Them, don't fuck with them. Don't fuck with them, bro. Don't fuck with them, bro. Bro, they were coming out with straps.
Yes, what I mean. They don't fuck around.
Bro, me and Jakey were like standing on the corner because Robbie was still doing interviews. So me and Jakey have gone to like look for a restaurant to get like a bottle of water. So me and Jakey's on this corner now, looking around like, man feels, ask Jakey because you'll butt Jakey when you come to the wedding.
Yeah.
Ask him. Babylon literally went, even Robbie saw it, bro. Babylon literally come behind, man. They went like this, boom. I felt that in my back, yeah. I was like, what the fuck? So I've always a PSG fan. So I've turned on smoke thinking, no, what? I see it's the police. The guys like this, two of them, they're like, move. Because I got my Arsenal, I never had an Arsenal top on. Like, Jakey had his Arsenal top on. I had a Dank England t-shirt on. And then the guy's like, move. I said, where? He went, there. I went, cool. Big thing, bro.
Yeah.
Big thing. And then what that pulls me back to is, I think the Babylon were flipping soft with them, to be honest, bro. The way they dealt with the situation. And look how many police they had, yeah? And look how many was there. There weren't enough there, blood. Look how many was there.
Did you see the brother in the green hoodie? You see the brother in the green hoodie in the video?
The hood, yeah.
Boy, this guy was... Yeah, bro, he was on it, bro.
On it.
And they didn't even try to nick him. I thought, you see when he threw the first one, I thought they're going to pile him. They're just going to jump
pull him.
Yeah, they're going to batter him or something.
They're running.
Yeah. It was a mad thing. I don't know what happened there, bro. I don't know. But the police, they let themselves down because they could have taken care of that situation a lot better, to be honest with you.
But the culture towards Eastern Europeans has to change because, for example, I was desensitized. When I was watching that, I just watched that once, twice, for fun. I'm like, oh, it's Eastern Europeans, and I moved on. That has to change. They need to now actually start being punished and start being treated like every single one of us is treated like.
And then, to move on slightly from that, Camille Glitch. Now, you remember when we played Poland in the last international round of games? Him and Carl Walker got into a madness right on half time. Mm-hmm. And a lot of things were said that it was racial, it was this, it was that, But the Polish FA and the FA have come out and said that there's not enough evidence to prove it was racial. And the situation is basically over now. Do you understand? It's over and done with now, blood. You get me? So Kamal Gleesh and Carl Walker, I don't think nothing else is going to happen to them. They're not going to get like retrospective bans or anything. But that situation, again, involving an Eastern European country, bro. Like, it's mad, fam. And then you saw Man United striker Elanga. He's claimed that he was racially abused as well during Sweden versus Italy under 21s this midweek. He came off the pitch and he said that an opponent racially abused him. Now we don't know who the opponent is. No names have come out.
What nation does he represent? Do you know which country?
Elanga, Sweden.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was an Italian this time. You understand? We don't know if it was a starting 11. Yep, they have problems, big problems. We England have big problems as well. Let's not forget that. The UK.
True.
Yeah, we're not here sitting up on our high heels.
We're not innocent. We're not innocent, blood.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yep. Yeah. Major.
Look at the t-shirt I'm wearing, bro.
Yep.
You understand? You understand?
Rightly so.
I don't support Man United, blood. I got 2 Man United man on this team, blood. You get me? So, you understand? We are not innocent, but we don't know who it is. We don't know if it's a starting 11 player, a player on the bench. I don't know. But he's claiming he was racially abused as well, blood. And like, that's under 21 level, blood.
It's a culture, bro. Troopz. It starts from when they're like this, when they're little picnics.
You're not born racist.
No, you're not.
Yeah, true.
It's
You're
a
not
cultural.
born racist,
Yeah,
you're
there's
not born.
something
You don't
within the
see
culture.
boy when you're a kid. You don't see boy, girl, black, white, gay, straight. You don't see none of that.
It starts somewhere. From
So
the
what
parents,
are we saying?
The parents.
So that's what I'm saying. So this is what I'm saying now. Is it coming from the home? Where these people that are getting caught up in all this racial, homophobic, whatever drama it is it to do with the upbringing?
It might not. It's a bit. I think it's a bit deep to just say it's coming from the home because listen.
So where the fuck
they might have been? Wait,
Wait.
because I'm going somewhere with this. Because it might be a case. Because looking at the flip side, it might be a case where they've got parents who don't think like that. But once they step outside and start getting their own independence and getting into the community, that's when things might start to change. Because you see what I'm saying? Like, it might not just be a
whole thing. Roll with racists.
It could be that. Because you know how easy it is when it comes to peer pressure, bro. For some people, they just can't take it. You see what I'm saying? There's many factors that are involved in this. It's not just a home issue. It's also outside of that as well, bro.
Zah?
Yeah, it could be. I'm leaning towards the Goonie thing, the environment. So, the home could play a part. Mm-hmm. But, you know, your friends, your environment, your country's culture, and all that, a lot of push and pull factors can mold you. There's a reason why. I mean, there's a reason why. I'm a firm believer. There's a reason why stereotypes exist because you know you're molded within your culture or your community and all that. And for example, no insult by the way. For example, Jamaicans are known for being laid back, kind of deal. You know, so it's stuff like that where you're molded by your community and stuff. And I guess that's what they breed in Eastern Europe.
I think it's more home because even when you look closer to home, I remember that video of the young little white lad.
That was disgusting.
The Millwall video. Millwall, fuck them all. You black cunt. Where's he hearing that at 5? Where's he hearing that at 3? The kid was like between 3 and 5 years old.
Yeah, that's the situation.
He hearing that from his friend, blood.
Yeah, that's the situation blatantly where he's hearing that from his mum or dad or someone in that household. You get me?
That's what I'm saying, blood.
It's tough, man. It's a tricky, tough situation.
Now, to a bit of a brighter note, I had an interview with the president of Charlotte Football Club, MLS club, newly formed. We have been invited to the opening game, which will be in March. Hopefully, I'll be in America because March is Trey's birthday. So if Trey ain't in America, then you know, send me there in London. You understand? You know, send me there in London. First. You know what I'm saying? But hopefully we'll be there. But for the people, them, here it is for your Bamba Club. All right, my people, we got a special guest now. You get me? Like, we're climbing the ladder. You understand? We're starting to get presidents of clubs on the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Today, we are joined by a special guest. I've got Nick Kelly with me. Now, he is the new, obviously not even the new. He is the president of Charlotte FC. Nice to meet you, bro. I appreciate you taking out time to come on the pod.
No, thanks for having us, Troopz. Look, and I guess technically am new because our club hasn't quite started yet. We start here in March of 22, and we're the newest MLS club. But so new's probably right.
So when you took over, it was December 2020.
Yeah, it started in February of 2021 actually, and the thing is that it started in February 2021. We're trying to build a team in the middle of COVID, which is challenging to say the least. But we've been here 7 months, and we've got about 5 more to get our act together.
Now that alone, starting a club is difficult alone, but to do it in them circumstances is an absolute madness. So have you always been like into football? Like I don't call it soccer, innit? You know what I'm saying? Like I know it's called the MLS, but we're gonna change it to the MLF, Major League Football. You understand? I'm trying to push that agenda. Hopefully you can jump on the team. Now that you're on the pod, you're part of the gang. So hopefully you can help me push the agenda. So have you always been into football?
Yeah, I mean, I grew up playing football when I was younger. I lived in Germany. My father was in the military, so I started playing at a young age and played all the way through high school here in the United States, and then ultimately took my football skills and turned them into American football skills and kicked field goals in college. So was had a strong leg, wasn't the fastest, most fit guy on the field for soccer, or football. So I moved to American football and played in college for 4 years. So and since then, I mean, you know how it is here in the U.S. It was extremely challenging growing up to watch EPL, La Liga, any of this stuff. So you'd occasionally get a Man U game with like Wayne Rooney because he's all they had, and like that was the star, or David Beckham. So I grew up a Man U fan. I'm sure you hate to hear that, but it was just that's all I could see. That's all I could get. So
yeah,
I mean, I'm a little bit older than you, to where it was just you get that one game a week, and that's typically what we got.
So like you said, you grew up in Germany.
Yep.
You never had a German team.
Nah,
where did you grow up in Germany as well?
I grew up 2 different locations. So I was in Frankfurt for 2 years, and then I was in a place called Fulda, which is about an hour and a half outside Frankfurt. But no, I was there back in, I guess it was 90, whenever they won the World Cup. And it was just, at the time, I was a little bit younger, was big. Basically, you just loved all the big names on the team, and you just loved being a part of a German national team. And, while I'm not German, I mean, I faked it for about 20 years.
So what, can you speak German?
Nah, not anymore, man. Once we moved back to the States, I kind of lost it all, but continued to follow it. I mean, the first 4 or 5 kits I had were just German kits all the way up until about my senior year of high school. And then I kind of had to get on board with the U.S. national team because I went to a university in a part of the country that wasn't super supportive of Germany, in West Virginia.
Yeah. That's definite, blood. Yeah, I've been down there. You get me, blood? It's not just Germans.
Yeah.
They're not supportive of. You understand?
It's a different part of the world.
You get me? I'm not gonna lie. I said to myself, bro, Jetski, are we really in America? Like, what is going on here, cuz?
I went to college there 20 years ago, and like you guys are all doing the rough and rowdies at Barstool now. I used to go before they were big, and it was just like fights in the stands and stuff like that. So that part of the country is different.
That's what I'm saying. It really is, man. So how come you picked Charlotte as the choice?
I think that the reality becomes is that, in the world of football, is that there's not a ton of expansion teams popping up anywhere, if at all. So the ability to build this from scratch, to build a roster from scratch, to get a manager and build a roster around the manager. Like when we were interviewing managerial candidates, it was very much hey, we don't have a type of style of play that we have to play. We will build around our manager, which if you're anybody else in the world, like you're not inheriting the last guy's players. So we're bringing in players that fit the style of play that our manager wants. So to be a part of that, to build a fan base and traditions and cultures and uniforms, like that's why you're here. Like nobody else can say they did that this year in the world of soccer. So like for us to do that right now and do it the right way, we have big fucking expectations. Like we want to have the world's largest MLS match. Like that is the expectation is for us. So we're aiming big and shooting big. And I heard you on your last podcast talking about, or maybe it was 2 podcasts ago, talking about the wealthiest owners. I mean, we have one of the wealthiest owners in all of sports, like take out football. And so I think that he's not necessarily going to go spin like that, but I mean, his expectations are high. He didn't get there because he's not challenging the norm. So when you have all that kind of lined up and those opportunities, you're like, man, why not?
You say the style of play. Can you give man like a little insight of the style of play? Is it going to be
the Barcelona-esque, or is it going to be Stoke City, just long ball down the flanks?
No.
I mean, you said you're a Man United fan, so the football right now at your club, it is a bit. You hear me?
Yeah,
it's like Arsenal right now. Like, you're up the league because you got the players, but the manager, boy, hopefully you don't pick a Solskjaer.
Nah, so we're actually probably a little bit more on the Man City side of a pressing style of play. I think that we're a very aggressive pressing style of play where it's exciting. You know, we're going to score a bunch of goals. I think at the same time, it's a very high risk. As you know, it's just that if we have that many players on that side of the field, around that side of the pitch, you're just going to put yourself at risk. I think that the good part for us is as we're building our roster right now and we're looking at the players, is like we're getting the types of players who can play that pressing style, and it's a little bit younger. It's also guys that can all attack. So you need center defenders, even defensive midfielders that can all have great ball handling skills, that are all extremely fit. And even when you start looking at our keeper has to be able to play from his feet. We're going to push him up. So we want 11 guys out there who are active, not 10. And so, you know, we've seen this style of play from our manager before. We've seen it actually work well in Man City in the years past. And I think that, you know, when we start looking at that, we want to be able to, as soon as we hit the pitch in 22, like, we want fans to want to come back because we're actually scoring. We're actually, you know, running an exciting style of play. To your point, that controlled style of play where we're just, you know, playing from the back and just kind of like waiting for that opening. Like, I don't know how many American fans would be able to attract if we were running that year one.
Yeah, it's very true, man. And you say with the players, obviously the high intensity, the pressing style, you're going to need a lot of players of the younger generation and players in their peak. We've seen LA Galaxy bring the likes of Beckham when they were older. We've seen the King go to Red Bulls. Would you be open to bringing European players over as well, even if they were a bit past their peak powers, but the experience of having that player, the caliber, the level of football they played, what they could bring to your club and the players around? Would you be open to that as well?
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. I think that you look at what we've brought in Christian Fuchs from Leicester to be, you know, our left back, and I think that the reality for us with Christian is when we're building a club from the ground up, we needed somebody who's actually been there and who was the captain of the club whenever they won the EPA title in 15-16. And I think that for us to have young guys in that locker room looking around and seeing that guy and how he shows up early and stays late, that's where it makes sense for us to bring in some of these a little bit more established veteran European players. That said, look, if they can contribute, I mean, I think that the reality is we have a couple guys currently playing around the world, but we've got a guy, Riley McGree, who's playing for Birmingham, and we have a couple other individuals we're looking at, but they're still probably on the younger side of their 20s. I think that, and then that also has us looking in South America. That's why we're seeing a lot of these young strikers that you could go out there and take a chance on, and if it works out well, you know, the MLS it's a selling league. So if we can hit on a 19-year-old or an 18 or a 17-year-old down in South America and then sell them to the EPL, like, that's a win for us. If he can contribute for a year or two, we can develop him and then have him go along and play somewhere in, you know, the English Premier League. Like, that's a win.
And now with the fan base as well, I heard you I saw something about the season tickets, how you was trying to do something with it. Like, I said to my, whoa, like, could you break that down? Because I was like, Cronky ain't ever doing that with me, you know. You understand? He just raises my prices every week, blood.
Yeah, look, I mean, it was extremely controversial here. I mean, it's not seen anywhere in the world in football where you basically are going out there and you're buying your seat. You're basically that this is my seat, like a season ticket or a membership for every year. But for us, it was the guarantee that, hey, here's all the benefits you're going to get. Whereas when you start looking around the world with some of these clubs, they're charging member benefits or membership fees. Ours is a one-time cost. So instead of doing it over and over and over again, you do it one time and you're in. So it's kind of like you buy your way into the club and you're set. Whereas, you know, when you start looking around, some of these clubs have been around 100 years. Every year you're paying your membership fee, then the tickets. So if the messaging on it, we probably didn't get 100% correct. But it's actually like when you start looking at the 4 or 5 years down the road, if you're a lifetime member, I'm not hitting you every year. So it was extremely controversial. And look, we have expensive ticket prices, but I think that we've seen where we're at from a ticket standpoint is we'll average 35,000 a match. Like, that puts us in some of the bigger clubs in the EPL and the La Liga, and man, it puts us far ahead of a lot of the Serie A teams. So like, we will be big. So like, it's just that the demand's there, and look, I mean, if we can get to our number of 75,000 for opening match, I mean, that would put us at, at some of the top 15 or 20 total clubs in the world.
Yeah, because are you playing in that stadium where they got that big thing outside it?
Yeah, so
they got that big statue. Like I went there with Arsenal pre-season, and it was Arsenal against Fiorentina, and it was a really nice stadium. But I just remember seeing that big thing outside. Like I remember I was with Robbie. I was like, brother, yo, is that gonna be your mascot as well? Because you're gonna need a mascot. So how are you gonna go along? You're going to use that as well?
No, a little bit. So the NFL team, the Carolina Panthers play there too. And so we've got these 4, I guess it's 8 big Panthers that are a couple stories tall out there. And, we'll find a way, with us being Charlotte Football Club and a lot of our marks looking like royalty, we'll definitely play into that whole royal theme of everything we do, on game day. So the ability for us to lean into, the Panthers that are already there, we'd be stupid not to. I mean, I think that's for us is where it's just having a little bit of tradition already there. And I mean, you've been to a match at Bank of America Stadium where, we've had Arsenal there. We have Mexico playing Ecuador here in 2 weeks. Like, it's a proper football stadium. And then we're doing renovations right now for $50 million to make some adjustments to make it feel even more like it. So it'll be big. And we say it all the time. Like, people are like, well, why didn't you build a football specific stadium? It's like, if we grow, if the sport grows with the World Cup and everything else, we want to have something to grow into and not be maxed out at 18,000 people. And you're just like, it doesn't matter how much you're charging for tickets. You're only getting 18,000 people.
And even that incentive for the fans, that's a great thing. So the last thing I'll touch on is that the community. Do you plan on building the community? Like, are you going to have an academy? Because I see that Red Bulls have a good academy. NYCFC have a good academy. Are you going to go along that line as well? And then do things with the community, do I don't know, little football tournaments and little gatherings and things like that?
Yeah, and it's a great question. So we currently are, we have a U14, 17, 16s academy. And for us, it's very much as we want to build homegrown players. And we want to, the Carolinas are huge. I mean, there's 15 million people in North and South Carolina. And I was in London last week and I was trying to explain to these people, that's the size of Belgium. We literally have the exclusive rights to Belgium at this point to go find talents and develop it. So number one is we want to be in a position where 3-4 years from now, we're developing some of the best talent in America. And then we're either having them be a benefit to our club, or we have European clubs who are reaching out to us saying, hey, I want to go get this 15-year-old kid. And so that's what we want to be known for. And then in the community side, I mean, the Carolinas, and you've been down there, it's extremely diverse. So it's important for us to make sure that we have, a strategy and a plan that we're being welcoming to Hispanic fans, Black fans, Asian fans, and then even regionally, all the European fans who, aren't completely sold on MLS. We need them to come see, hey, this is a legitimate game day environment. We're playing the right style of soccer that you'll enjoy. And if we can do those types of things, I think we'll be successful.
So you're going to be joining the tailgates pre-match?
Man, I just don't know. I don't know how well I'll do out there, where you basically just see everybody out there chugging beers and taking shots. I come from a beer company, so I know how this works. It's just that, I think that hopefully we'll have a lot more other things to worry about on game day, because our fans know what they're doing. I mean, the good part is this isn't a new stadium, so they know how to get in and out. But I'll, in the middle of the summer when it's 100 degrees, I'll be out there and I'll probably have a beer too.
No, definitely, man. Opening game. When is the opening game?
So it'll be the first week of March. We'll have our opening game at Bank of America, and then, as you know, it's just going to be a tight schedule next year with all the FIFA windows and, the World Cup closing down earlier, so the season ending a little bit sooner. So it's a kind of a good first year for us to get a quick run, but. I mean, we want to be in the play. We want to host a playoff game. We don't just want to be in it. So the whole hope for us is that we can get a quick start, because nobody's ever seen us play. Get a couple points early, and then just kind of make sure in that summer transfer window we're grabbing the right player or two or piece or two to make a run.
Have the fixtures come out yet for MLS? They ain't out yet, are they?
No, they're not out. I think they come out first week of December.
Okay, I'm gonna keep my eye on that, because I'm definitely gonna come out for the first game of the season.
We'd love to have
definitely, man. But I wish you all the best of luck. You're welcome to come on anytime you want, bro. anything that you want us to help you with, we're here for you, bro. You get me?
Nah, man, I appreciate that, Troopz. Look, man, and we'd love to have you and obviously, the rest of the gang down, man. Like, 'cause I think for us, it's just the more and more people we could get exposed to what's going on in the Carolinas and in the MLS, like, it's just fucking different. And we want to make sure everybody has a chance to see it.
Big facts, man. So everybody, make sure you go buy yourself a Charlotte FC top, blood. You understand? Like, the NY people are going to be coming from my neck, but I don't give a shit, blood. You understand? It is what it is, blood. Big up my brother Nick every time. I'll see you lot in a bit.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Troopz.
Yeah, that was pretty lit, bro. I'm not going to lie, blood. You understand? Like, he's a cool brother. You get me? Like, he knows what he wants to do. You get me? He knows what he wants to do. And you understand? I wish him the best of luck, blood. You get me? Hope, like, obviously the man, you lot will be there. He loves all of us, blood. You get me? Pause. Loves all of us.
Big up yourself if you're watching.
You get me, blood? Yeah, you see already, blood. He watches every week, blood. You get me? Every week, fam. So you understand? Nick Kelly, we know say you're watching. My brother, big up your damn self, blood. You get me? Now to an even brighter note. Goonie messaged me in the group chat. When was it? Wednesday? Was it Wednesday night? Thursday morning? I think it was Wednesday night.
Started like that, yeah.
I think it was Wednesday night or something like that, yeah. And he asked me the question. He said, we need to talk about this on the pod. I was like, talk about what? He was like, we need to talk about Kane. I was like, don't you mean Harry Blaine? Because man's doing that magician. We can't see him nowhere. Man turned invisible man to Bumper Claw. You understand?
David Blaine.
You get me? Like, Goonie asked me the question, is Harry Kane finished? Because his performance against Hungary was beyond a joke, blood. You understand? If I was doing player ratings, he would have got a 0, blood. You understand? His performances in the Premier League have been absolutely abysmal.
A joke too.
Absolutely abysmal. The man tried to come out, and defend himself by saying, and I quote, I know there's been a lot of talk about me, but at the end of the day, I've still scored 9 goals this season. Now, 5 of them goals have come in the Conference League against Mura, who I've never heard of, and Pacos de Ferrara. Now, Pacos de Ferrara sounds like a right back. It don't even sound like a football team, blood.
Yeah.
Tell me that. Even Mura sounds like a left winger.
Brother, yeah, it's
you understand? Like,
yeah.
Like it sounds like Mora. Like is like
some
Mura?
Brazilian flary winger or something like that?
You get me? Was that like a? Is that like a legendary female women's Brazilian player? You got Mora, who's the man. So maybe Mora's the lady. But the man said Pacos de Ferrara in our blood. How can a team have the name of a human being, blood?
Hey,
how is that possible? I swear is this the real name of Paulo Ferreira, Goonie?
Bruv,
is this the true name?
It could be. Paulo Ferreira might just be the English translation for us to pronounce it a bit better. See what I'm saying? That might be the OG birth certificate name. You get me?
Portuguese.
Hey, trust me. I don't know. But I don't know. Harry Kane, and this is what I'm saying, bruv. There's clutching at straws, and then there's this. Because big man thing, yeah? If you're going to brag about 9 goals and 5 of them are coming against teams that you could be playing in the Sunday League, cuz you need to check yourself, bro. Really and truly. Because me looking at Harry Kane, we know what he was. Yeah, and I'm saying was because he's not replicated anything close to the form that he used to be. So until that comes back, it remains to be seen. You get me? But what I'm seeing from this man, is down to him. Individual chances that I'm seeing. He was a lot more clinical in front of goal. This man has missed chances where I'm thinking, big man thing, what has happened, bro? What is happening to this guy? Chances he should not be missing. You get me? I know you two know what I'm talking about as well. Yeah. He's fluffed chances, bro. Big team chances. And then you're trying to tell me, hold this man at a world-class standard. Well, if you're going to call a player world-class, you have to hold them by that standard. Now, I'm not saying for a second that he's no longer world-class, but I'm saying the conversation is becoming very dangerous, him slipping out of that bracket, because if that form continues to show itself, we've got to have that conversation, which is why I asked the question.
So, is it too early to ask the question?
I mean,
We're only halfway through October.
I personally don't think it's too early because world-class players produce. No matter the situation, no matter the time, they come and they produce. And for you to be considered world-class, you have to be producing kind of thing.
Okay, hold on, Zar. Can I just say something? Sorry to cut you off, Zar.
Yeah, no.
Just so that people know the standard we are talking about, let's just put out a couple names out there. When I'm saying world class or the level of striker, we're talking Lewandowski, Benzema, that kind of level.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Why are you saying Lewandowski first, man? The best player in the world right now is Karim Benzema, blood.
Bro, it don't matter. You know
best
what
right now, blood. I don't give a shit, bro. I don't give a shit, bro. Benzi is the man right now, blood.
But go on, Zar. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Let me ask you this. So I was going to take it a step further, right? So he's trying to force a move out. Yeah. That's what I get from all of this. I mean, he's unhappy at Tottenham. But you as a club, let's say, for example, Man City was the ones that were interested. You as the Man City guy, watching him perform this season, watching what he's doing like this as a professional, as a professional is professionalism. Would you want to touch that come the summer? Where a guy where he just decides, all right, I'm done. All right, I'm going to switch off kind of thing. Would you go in for that?
That's the thing as well, blood. But him playing like this as well is taking value off his transfer fee.
That too.
That's it, exactly.
I'm not paying.
I personally, I don't think City will go for him. I think City are going for Haaland or fucking Newcastle are going for Haaland, blood.
Do you know big man thing, and this might be controversial. If I was City and I'm looking at any attack on that team, I'd be looking at Son. I'd be looking at Son ahead of Kane. I'd be looking at Son all day.
Because he's the one that shows up.
Thank you, Troopz. We can agree on something. He's been the best player on that.
He's been, yeah. Son is the man. When you take him out of that team, that team don't really function, blood. You understand? Like,
his energy defensively, everything. He provides more than just the goals and the assists that he does.
He's a
press.
Yeah. He's a proper footballer.
Even if you play him as that number 9 in that City team, he's bagging. I don't care what nobody says. He's getting goals after goals after goals, mate. 100%. Yeah.
Bro, anyone could bag goals in that City team, blood. You could put fucking William Neal, blood. Joe Linton down the middle, he'll bang fucking 25, blood.
I mean, you could put me in there and I'll score headers.
Real shit.
That's how accurate those guys pass. They'll land it right on my head.
That will only be against Arsenal, but because they man the
only against don't insult my man Gabriel like that, Troopz.
You're lucky Gabriel's back again still. You're lucky, blood. I'm thinking about fucking holding it. The fucking
those guys. Those guys, I don't even ever want to see them again.
Blood, well, speaking of someone that you want to see again, have you seen this picture of fucking Samir Nasri?
Samir Nasri, I love that. The fact that he retired 3 months ago and he already looks like that. I love that.
Bro, it is. And then did you see the way he also fell over, lads? Like, look at the way he fell.
Yeah, bro. Hey, listen.
Look at this, blood.
It gets like that sometimes.
Bro.
It gets like that sometimes,
the touch,
bro.
But what I can tell you is the touch is probably still there. You don't lose the
touch.
You get fat, the physicality and all that.
I think his touch is gone as well, blood. You understand? I think the only thing he touches is kebabs on a weekend.
Hey, but he deserves it though. Because if you look at this, bro, he deserves it because all his life he's been on a strict diet, strict training regime. Now that he's retired.
Did you see Drogba on the same pictures as him? Did you see Robert Pires on the same pictures?
But that's his choice.
How dare you, blood?
That's his choice, though. That's their choice.
You understand?
That's their choice.
I know he's Algerian. This guy's probably having bare shisha, bare fucking shish kebab, bare hummus, bare pita bread. This guy's loving life, blood.
He's in there, bruv. Yeah, he's enjoying his life. That's why, look at my goal, R9, cuz. You see, once he stopped playing football, my man went to the restaurants and was eating, cuz. Yeah. Eating and enjoying life.
He always had a little chubba about him.
He was solid.
Yeah. But he was still rapid, though.
And I remember he's from a different generation where what's the thing that the nutrition, the diet of the players were different.
Some of them are smoking at half time and them thing there.
Remember when Wenger came to Arsenal, Wenger was like, what do you mean you're having cake and custard for dessert? What do you mean? Are you mad? Dessert? Dessert?
Having beers after the game? No.
I lie? He said, have water. Have a pineapple. You hear me? Have a pineapple. You see me? Like, my friends fucking frog legs at these niggas, blood. You understand? Yeah, right in there, dodging them. Whoop, whoop, whoop. I want this don't look like no beef patty. I want them bumper clap this. Yeah, dodging them, blood. You get me? I swear
throwing me salad and shit.
Real shit, bro. You get me? Where's the coleslaw? You know what I'm saying? Fucking hell, son. But then fucking, you get me? It's boy, Kane, bro. You get me? Let us know in the comments, is he finished, blood? You feel me? But then you have my GOAT, the GOAT, CR7, breaking another record, blood. You understand? He is now the all-time leading hat-trick scorer. I don't know what you want to call it, blood. He has 10 international football, blood, making it 52 in all.
That's insane.
Now, when you see Ronaldo performing at the age he's performing at, yeah, and you look at Kane, who's supposed to be in his prime, yeah, walking around, playing, acting like a fucking baby, the mentality of CR7 is unmatched, blood. Unmatched, bro. Like, this is why people will say Ronaldo and Messi are in their own thing, and then it's the rest of the world, blood. You understand? That's why people always say who's the best player in the world at this moment. Because you all know the best in the world is either Ronaldo or Messi.
And it's unbelievable. The guy fucking has an 8-pack at 36. I'm younger than his ass. If I pop up my T-shirt, we'll get banned on YouTube here.
Don't
see that.
The only 6-pack Czar's got is the Heineken, fam.
Heineken, on deck, baby. We have him on deck.
Yeah. And you feel so, but you know what? Ronaldo is an exception to the rule. He's a freak of nature. And athletes like that, because it's a combination of his athleticism and the mentality to have that work rate to go with it and to be able to be consistent and disciplined enough to do what he does. It takes a special kind of person to have that combination. So with him, I often put him, even when it comes to work rate and all those, I put him in a different kind of category. He's not human. He does things at a compulsive level where he just non-stop perfection. And he's going to be like that till the day he's dead. Regardless of if he's playing football, he strikes me as the kind of person of whatever this man does, he wants to be the best at it or do the best at it. Yeah, that's the kind of person he strikes me as.
Premier League time, boys. You understand? The Premier League is back again, people. Obviously, we're going to get into Arsenal Palace first. We play on Monday night, though.
Monday night football.
I think they're taking the piss, to be honest, because I've seen that I've seen the news come out today that Atletico Madrid, their game against Liverpool in the Champions League is on a Tuesday, and their game has been cancelled this weekend. So their players from South America who are flying back to Spain have time to recover and have the full potential to play Liverpool. You see how La Liga deals with their teams and how the Premier League just fucking push you up, blood, just to get fucking TV, money. And people wonder why La Liga teams and the other countries in Europe have the most European trophies, because they get help from their leagues, blood. Do you understand? You don't get that, blood. You understand? Liverpool's game ain't been moved. You understand? United's game ain't been moved. Chelsea's game ain't been moved. City's hasn't been moved. Our fucking Atletico Madrid or are the La Liga teams the only teams that have Spanish, South American players in their squads?
Right, there we go. Good point.
Am I missing something here, lads?
No, you're not.
No.
It's and then the whole argument of the winter break too. The one where they get the winter break. It's that the league is for the players, as opposed to us. Like for example, we're playing what? We're playing Monday, then Friday.
Do you understand? Like I know we're not in Europe, but we've been moved to Monday so we can be shown on TV. Monday Night Football, Sky Sports. That's why they've moved, man. Like, it's just fucking stupidness, bro. You get me? But this ain't gonna be a walk in the park.
At least we're back.
we're back again, you understand? But this ain't going to be a walk in the park, blood. You understand?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one.
Vieira's return. The legend returns home, blood. This is his first time since, obviously, he returned the seasons after when he played for Juventus. I can't remember if he played at Emirates for Man City when he was on loan there. I can't remember. But this is his first, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I can remember, because I can't remember if he played for City when they played us at Emirates. This is his first return to the Emirates Stadium, blood.
You think he gets a warm reception?
Of course he will, blood. This guy, the only better captain than him in our club was Tony Adams, blood.
Tony Adams, yep.
This guy was like, it's weird he doesn't have a statue. I think he's deserving of a statue.
Yep.
If Henri's got one, why ain't he got one? He was at the club longer than Henri.
Mm. Has it got to do with how he left, you think, maybe?
I don't know, because every season he was linked with someone, blood. Every end of season, it was, Juventus won him, AC won him, Madrid won him, Barca won him, Bayern won him, this one wants him. And he never went. And then I think it was at that season he was going into his 30s. And obviously at that point, Wenger was like, if you're over 30, you only get a 1 year deal.
You're out. Yep.
You only get a 1 year deal or you're out. And I think Vieira wanted a 3 year deal. And we wasn't willing to give it to him. And then obviously we had Fabregas coming through the ranks.
Fabregas coming through.
We know what happened with Cesc. So you get me. I was of an age where I remember Vieira leaving. Like I clearly remember. And I wasn't like salty. I didn't feel snaked. I think he gave everything for this club, blood. I think he would have died on that pitch, bro. Head bust open. He would have took injuries. He gave me some of the happiest moments of my life, bro. He led my team to the Premier League title at the shithole. He led my team to the Premier League title at Old Trafford, blood. If you give him a bad reception, blood, you're not an Arsenal fan.
Yeah.
It's simple as that, bro. This man will go down in the history of our club. He's foundation, bro. You understand?
Not even just our club, the Premier League, bro.
He is one of the he's one of the
Prem legend.
I don't care what anyone says, bro. Vieira, when you talk about your best Premier League 11, Vieira's in that midfield. It's who you put in next to him. Are you putting Kane? Are you putting Lampard? Are you putting Gerrard? You get me? I'm trying to think of any other. De Bruyne. You get me? Vieira is there. Yeah? There, bro. You understand? For me, the best centre midfielder we've seen in the Premier League. I don't give a shit, bro. I'm not saying it because I'm biased. That brother there, yeah, what he could do with the ball, blood, yeah? It's not even just like he was a leader, he was strong. He could score, yeah? He could assist. He could pass. He could fight. Box to box. He had it all, blood. Yeah? He had it all, mate. You understand? And it was a privilege and an honor to see him play week in, week out for our great clubs are. But
yeah, in terms of completeness, I always say the two that I've seen that have been the best complete midfielders, Yaya Toure and Patrick. Them two for me.
Yeah, 100% up there. 100% up there. Got to throw Gerrard in too.
Totally agree, blood. You get me? But I'd love to put him in a fat Zubi on Monday night, blood. You get me? Like, legend or not, my guy or not, blood. You're not
managing for you, legend.
Yeah, you're not managing my team, blood. I'm coming for your Clark, blood. You get me? I'm coming for your Clark, blood. You get me? But how you feeling going into this one, sir? I mean, we had a disappointing result.
The draw against Brighton?
Yeah, before the break, it was a lackluster performance, toothless, gutless, no ideas. Ramsdale, Gabriel and Ben White were the reasons why we came out of that place with a point. Palace, they've had a good start to the season, blood. You get me? Like, the teams they've played, you have to take note, blood. You get me? I mean, the only game I don't even think they were out of the games, blood, to be honest, man. I mean, I know they had a 3-0 beatdown by Chelsea. They had a 3-0 beatdown by Liverpool. They were both at Chelsea and Liverpool's home grounds. But I don't think they were 3-0 games.
And then they walloped Spurs.
And then, before that, they had that great draw at West Ham. We've seen how West Ham are. They went behind 2 times, came back 2 times. Then they murdered Spurs.
Yep.
They had they were very, very unlucky to draw the game against Brighton. They battered Brighton, and then Maupay got an equaliser in the last minute. That's their version of the North London derby. And then they were 2-0 down against Leicester City, bro. Another team.
Yeah.
You get me? Another team that's not a joke, blood. And then they came back 2-2.
2-2.
Vieira made a change, brought on Jeffrey Shupp. Within 30 seconds, the man scored the equaliser, blood.
Yep.
You understand? Like, Vieira's got them playing in a way, blood. And whatever he's saying to them, they believe it. And he's tactically making it happen. Off the bench, he's making shit happen, bro. How you feeling going into this one, blood?
I feel good. So as always, with international breaks, the big worry is the health bill after. And I believe Arteta, just before we started, Arteta said we should be good. Everyone came back good, except for, of course, Xhaka's long-term injury. Partey played Zimbabwe twice this week and scored. So hopefully,
them goals were dead, blood. Yeah, let me say something now, blood. Yeah, your keeper, blood. Was you in goal? The way man put up his hands, like, was you in goal? Like, big man, good. Tell me you saw that, blood.
I didn't see the goal. Still, I didn't see it.
I think I co-tweeted the highlight.
Bro, the keeper literally, it's like, I don't know, like, he thought it was American football card. The nigga was there like touchdown. It was shambolic, bro.
But the most important thing is he feels that feeling of the ball getting in the back of the net. So hopefully his fucking shots that he skies into row Z at Arsenal have dropped now because of Zimbabwe. So, I just want to thank and acknowledge Sona and them for helping us out in that way. I know it's my country. People are going to call me a sellout, but I mean, I need Arsenal more than fucking Zimbabwe because we weren't even going to go to the World Cup anyway. But no, I feel I feel good. Clean health bill. We should be good to go. Firing. I feel very, very, very confident for some reason, for some odd reason. Other players also scored on the international break. A lot of our players, Saka, the Aubameyang, and also they all played well.
That was the thing. A lot of players did score on this international break.
I saw some tweet that this is the most we've ever had, right? Most different scorers on an international break that we've ever had, or something. We broke some record along those lines.
Aubameyang got a goal and an assist. Pepe got a goal. Saka got a goal. Partey got 2. Davaj got a goal and 2 assists. Smith Rowe got a goal for the under-21s.
Beautiful goal.
Yeah, beautiful goal. That his speed, fucking
that running, dude. I didn't know he was that fast.
Bro,
where the fuck? Wait, where? Hold on. Let's talk about that. Where has that been for Arsenal?
Where? Nah, but I saw that against Tottenham when he left. Tanganga for the Aubameyang goal. He had that. I saw it against Tottenham still.
Flying.
Hasn't he got like a Jamaican grandma or granddad or something?
Yeah, he is Jamaican. He is
that explains it. There you go.
Yeah, come on.
Very simple explanation.
Yeah, because even Goody, blood, when me and Goody were playing football, when we played that game in NY, and I moved, Goody was like, "Hey, Troopz, yo, you're kind of raw on that." I said, "Big yardie, man, forgetting that, dog. Man, Jamaica, we have speed, man's been running from Babylon all my life, cuz I've been on my toes, my nigga. What's wrong with that man, blood? You get me?
Running from Babylon.
I tell you that, blood. But Aziz got a golden assist as well for the under-20s. And Mika Berth, he got a goal for the under-19 Norway team. How would you line up? Would you go the same as
pretty much? Honestly. Let's see.
What about Lacazette? What about Lacazette? Because there's rumours that he's out in January. Rumours that we're looking at Calvert-Lewin, Ollie Watkins.
That Lacazette situation is it's a tricky one. It's Arteta hates him. It looks like Arteta hates him because even games that when we come up against team where his game is more suited than Aubameyang's, it's been Aubameyang that's been started. So when we need a hold-up guy in games, even when we're struggling with Aubameyang there, Arteta won't even bring him in. So I don't know what the fuck is going on with that Lacazette situation. I like him, but it's on the manager. He's pause true. It's on the manager. But lineup wise, I'll pretty much go similar, if not the same, to the Brighton game. Ramsdale in goal, Tomiyasu on the right, White and Gabriel in the middle. Left will be Tierney. My two pivots, Thomas Partey and what's his name? And Sambi Lukonga. The front three is where it gets a little tricky because...
Would you put Lukonga in the midfield alongside Partey? I mean, there wasn't really no creativity against fucking Brighton when we had that, blood. But it's your team. That's cool.
I would. Yeah, no, I would. I still would. Then on the front three now, Pepe played well for Ivory Coast.
He always plays well for Ivory Coast.
That's where. But then for us,
it's a bit like Xhaka. I'm a big Pepe guy though. Man, don't think I'm sending shots at my nigga, you know.
Yeah. All right. So I would go Saka on the right. Sorry, Pepe. Odegaard in the 10. Smith Rowe on the left, and then Aubameyang up front.
I'd go Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, White, Gabriel, Tierney, Partey, Odegaard, Pepe on the right. Saka needs a rest. Pepe on the right. Smith Rowe in the 10. Martinelli on the left. Alba down the middle. That's how I'd go. I mean... I saw a stat about Martinelli as well. I think he's only played 2 games this season, bro.
Yeah. And then Arteta
what the fuck is going on there?
Arteta came up in the press conference. This is what pisses me off. Arteta, today's press conference comes out and he's like, yo, I trust him fully. I have all the confidence in him and all that. And brother, I don't need your fucking words. I want to see him on the field. It's
like the same thing he said about Saliba. Oh, yeah, we have plans to bring back Saliba. So why the fuck are we going to get fucking 50 million for Ben White, blood? Yeah. Like, why didn't we spend the money elsewhere if we're going to keep our ball players at the back?
Yeah.
Do you understand? Because
I don't want to hear your words.
Exactly, because we all know that Saliba plays on the right-hand side of the defence. Gabriel is going to be on the left because Arteta wants a left footer as well to play left side. So what? It's going to be him and Ben White battling. That's what they're telling me.
It looks like it. Arteta, he needs something else. He needs to just what you say and what happens on the pitch now need to align. Don't start bullshitting and saying that fucking I like Martinelli. Martinelli's good. He's doing well and all that. What does that do for me? I need to see him on the field. I don't watch fucking practice.
What have you done for me lately?
Right?
I'm telling you, man. Sister Act settings, but I want a bomber clock, blood. Predictions are.
Sorry, Patrick, but I don't know if I'm gassed because we've had a break and I've missed the Arsenal a lot. I'm going to go crazy and say 3-1 to us.
Confident.
I don't think you're crazy. I'm thinking same scoreline still. I'm thinking 3-1. I think it'll be tight first half, but then second half, inshallah, it will open up, blood. You get me? The game of the weekend. For me, I would say the game of the weekend is Brentford taking on Chelsea. Now, some would say it's Leicester Man United. I would say it's Brentford-Chelsea. Not because, well, not just, should I say, not just because it's a London derby, but because of the way we've seen Brentford perform in the big games. Mm-hmm. The way they swiped us like Tinder opening day of the season. And the fight, determination, and grit they showed against Liverpool. Goonie, you currently sit top of the league, 1 point clear of Liverpool, 2 clear of City, Man United, Everton, and Brighton. They're all on 14 points. So West London derby as well, blood. And this is the real
Brentford,
West London derby. No disrespect to Fulham and them man there, but
this is the proper things.
This year one is the proper thing, blood. What are you telling me?
Right, this week I have to go off the bat and tell you the signs are fucking horrible for Chelsea.
Oh, really?
Yeah, number one sign. Number one sign.
Oh, how the tables have turned.
Hey, listen,
here we go again.
The bald wanker Anthony Taylor's gonna be manager. I mean, fucking manager, referee. Terrible sign for Chelsea. Pulisic is
when he
out.
involved in the fuckery.
Yes, he was in the final. Yeah, it was. Of course, this is what we say. He always has to have something about him in every fucking game.
Blood, he's young, Mike. He's young. Fucking, he's young. Mike Dean, blood.
Brother, yeah, Mark II, fam. So yeah, that's him. Then our injuries is.
Look, man's getting his excuses out. How can he say that's him? He's got it prepared, so
brother.
Look at this stuff. Firing on his hand, blood. He'll be like that, blood.
The injuries. The injuries is peak, fam. Yeah. Pulisic out, but he's been out for a while.
Rudiger, and he was also at the fucking New York Jets, mate.
Right. Rudiger is looking very doubtful.
Yeah,
Thiago Silva is looking doubtful.
Oh, is it?
N'Golo Kante is looking doubtful. Lukaku is looking doubtful.
When he in training, can't he? I saw a picture of him in training.
Yeah, he just recovered from the Rona, but like it's whether he's gonna play this weekend is another question.
What happened to Rudiger?
I think it was something to do with muscle injury or something. I don't know. Like, I need to hear because we haven't heard anything from Tuchel yet. He hasn't gone into any detail, so it's just what I've heard that these men are injured. I don't know to what extent with Rudiger. I know Lukaku's the one with the muscle problem because he had to leave the Belgium camp with Eden Hazard. Thiago Silva, he's not actually injured, but it's just that obviously because of his age and that he traveled with Brazil, they're saying that Chelsea might be a little bit precautious with him. But to be honest with you, I would rather see him in this 11 than not in it if he's not injured, because Brentford are no mugs at all. And we've already got some key players out. Lukaku as well looks very doubtful this weekend. So it ain't going to be easy for us, man.
So apparently it's a back problem for Rudiger. And he missed Germany's like the training session.
This is an issue he's had before as well. So we've got to see how he manages that. But this is where the depth of the squad has to be. They've got to prove themselves now. Like now that we've got them injuries, if I look at the lineup, we've got enough to get 3 points, but will we do it, bruv? I am not as optimistic as previous weeks.
You're saying you have enough to get 3 points with all their injuries, and then you saw what they did to fucking big Liverpool in the dog.
I know it's gonna be a big ask, but this is why I say like our rotation needs to show its quality now. So the squad that I would go with this weekend, obviously Big Edu in goal.
Was he right to sell Zuma before you say the squad? Because I'm sure he would have been there now.
Zuma, wait, hold on. I'm gonna come on to him.
Chalobah's a young buck. He's experienced. Premier League winner, Champions League winner.
Zuma, he was one of my personal favorite players. Yeah, but I understand why he sold him. Yeah, I understand why he sold him. He wasn't technical enough to play the kind of game that Tuchel wanted from the back. He was often getting caught in possession, sloppy straight passes.
Zoom! You remember?
Yeah, sloppy straight passes.
Left him stuck in Wembley.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So that we couldn't keep up with that.
I had to do it, so blood. Well, fam, you done, blood.
So Edu in goal, left wing back is going to be Ben Chilwell for me.
Oh, is that what you're calling him, yeah? Edu, or he's got a name now, yeah?
Hey, man, like Edu, fam.
Oh, okay.
Trust me.
Chilwell. Edus.
Listen, I don't want that Edu. Keep that Edu. No, thank you. Yeah. We got Edu Mendy in goal, Chilwell, my left wing back. My centre back 3, Christensen, Chalobah and Azpilicueta. My right wing back will be Callum Hudson-Odoi.
What? No Reece James?
He's still injured.
Okay.
Yeah. My pivot would be Kovacic and Jorginho. And my front 3, it's going to have to be Timo, Kai is the false 9, and Ziyech, bro. Because that's what we have available. That's what we have available, my guy. Unless we try the 3-5-2 thing and we replace Ziyech with Mason Mount, and we have Werner and Kai as the 2. That's the only way I see it happening.
So Chelsea has no depth, huh?
What do you mean we got no depth, cuz? Bro, that 11 that I just gave you is not a bad 11. To be fair, considering the injuries that we've got, that's a decent 11.
It's not a bad 11.
How you mean it's not?
I said it's not a bad 11. I said it's not a bad 11. You're deaf? Go clean out your bumper clot ears.
Hey, I've got to be careful with you, Kai. Your Chelsea agenda is a bit mad sometimes, blood. I know you like to wind me up.
I don't like. It's not an agenda. I don't like you, blood.
You see, and it's all. I know you're trying. I know it's a rattle thing as well. I know you're a rattle thing as well. So it's cool. Yeah,
because you can get rattled, blood. Look, you can see it. Look, you can see. Look. Hey, he's biting his look. You see, look. He knows.
Man, on the defensive out here, cuz. On the Tuchel tactics, defensive, cuz. Trust me. Big up my manager, though. Hey.
So what's the prediction? Man. Yeah, you're fucking.
Hear what I'm saying.
Brentford's not easy.
Hear what I'm saying.
It ain't easy. Watch yourself, Rudy. It ain't easy. You see down there? It's not easy down there, you know, dog. Even though we're shit, it ain't easy down there, you know, blood. Trust me, Jim.
Big man thing. I'm gonna say 2-2.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say 2-2. Big man thing. I'm gonna say 2-2. We're gonna share disposed this weekend.
So
I mean, Chelsea fans are not going to be happy with me. I'm going 2-1 Brentford. 2-1 Brentford, I'm going.
It's a game that worries me, definitely. That's why I'm not sure.
Without Thiago Silva and Rudiger.
But Thiago, the thing is, Thiago's
Ivan
actually
Toney.
fit. It's just a travel precaution.
So it's going to be Christensen and Chalobah.
Christensen, Chalobah, and Aspi. This is why I say I would
3-1 Brentford.
Yeah,
No.
You just said when he just said Aspi, Christensen, and who?
And Chalobah.
And Chopper.
You're done.
How we got what?
Ivan Toney! Nah, you're done. He's gonna have fun. Excuse me.
See what
He's going to have fun.
Thiago needs to start.
Did you see what he did? Did you see what he did to Van Dijk and them guys?
Oh my!
I saw what he did. I saw what he did. That's why I'm not too optimistic.
You think them little man are gonna? Oh my!
Nah, Thiago needs to start. If there's an opportunity, if there's a possibility, Thiago could start.
Without Rudiger, I'm backing Ivan Toney all day.
Yeah.
Rudiger's the only one that can contain.
If you had Rudiger,
I'm still backing Thiago Silva to do the job. 100%, I'm backing him. To Marshall, if he's in there and marshalling that defense, I've got a whole bunch.
You know what? Yeah, is Thiago physical?
Can he keep him physically?
In the air?
Tony throws defenders around, bro.
Because I saw him reef up Van Dijk, you know, dog. I
know.
Listen, I see no one bad up. I've seen man twist him, but I ain't seen man back him up.
Thiago's physical, but Tony, like I said, he's a unit, fam. You get me? It's gonna be a battle. I'm not gonna say Thiago is gonna. You get me? You're gonna treat him like a puppy or nothing like that. I ain't saying that. It's gonna be a battle, 100%.
I'm saying 3-1. Bro. I'm not gonna say that. I think with that, if Thiago goes in, then I'd say 2-2. Without Thiago and Rudiger, you're fucked. You're fucked, bro.
Yeah, we can't have both of them out. We need one of them in this game. Thiago has to play, bro.
Facts, blood. We're just gonna run through the fixtures for the people then real quick. The game that kicks off the weekend, Watford taking on Liverpool. Now, obviously, Watford sacked their manager. You know, these men are known for sacking man, blood. You understand? It was only a moment. It's only a matter of time, blood. You get me? Liverpool looking to bounce back. They can put pressure on you as well. If they win, they go top.
Yeah, 3-0. They're going to win that game. I reckon they're going to batter them.
I go 2-0.
Oh, shit, yeah. Yeah, Liverpool wins it 2-1, I think. Because they're away.
They clean sheet that, in my opinion.
Southampton Leeds. Southampton still looking for their first win of the season. Leeds getting their first win last week before international break.
Southampton, I'm backing them for the win. Is Ward-Prowse still suspended?
I'm gonna go,
yeah.
I'm going to go draw on this one.
I'll go draw because
Ward-Prowse still is suspended, yeah.
Norwich-Brighton. Norwich still looking for their first win.
Brighton,
yeah. By the way, the Ward-Prowse was pinging them for England, by the way. But
yeah. We've got a derby as well. Another derby, a Midlands derby. Villa taking on Wolves. Now, that will be a very interesting game, blood. I think Bailey's still out. But
that's sad.
I'll go Villa, though.
I'm still backing Villa. Still backing Villa. John McGinn, by the way.
What did I tell you, man, about McGinn?
Yeah, he's a baller.
Remember I told you that I said McGinn's my guy?
Yeah.
Have I not said McGinn's my guy for time?
Yeah.
Baller, blood. Underrated.
He's sick.
Leicester taking on Man United.
So I think. Wait, hold on. Both Varane and Maguire out, right?
Yep, that's what I've heard. I know Varane definitely out. Maguire, I'm not sure.
Maguire looks likely to start apparently.
Yeah. I think Maguire will sneak back in, but Varane's
touch and go.
Varane's gone.
If both Varane and Maguire are out, I'm going Leicester. Actually, I'm still going.
I'm going Leicester anyway.
I'm going
with just Varane out. I'm going Leicester.
I'm going United because United have a very good record up at Leicester. They have a very, very good record up at Leicester. City taking on Burnley.
Spanking.
Yeah. We said that. We said that when they played Southampton, it was a 0-0 draw, lads. Don't forget that, you know.
No, I didn't. I said they could draw that game.
Well, Zar was saying. Zar came with that fucking.
I'm gonna say the same thing I did again and probably look stupid. This is how many again?
City, it's going to be a spanking this time.
I say 3.
How many?
I say 3-0.
Yeah.
Brentford Chelsea. We done Brentford Chelsea.
We're on the Sunday ones. It looks like
this will be a fucking great game. Everton West Ham.
The Sunday 9 a.m. Yep.
That would be a great game. I'm gonna go Everton. I think Everton on a great run of form. I think going up to United without Calvert-Lewin, it wasn't even just Calvert-Lewin. They had no Richarlison, and they went up there and still got a win, bro. Now back at Goodison, I'm going for them getting a win still.
Yeah, I didn't see anything about these two teams international break-wise. I'm going to go Everton too.
I'm going to go 1-1. I'm going for the draw.
And then finally, so it's not the last game of the weekend, but the last game. Newcastle taking on Tottenham. Now, Newcastle's first game since being taken over.
With the Saudis.
By the Saudi man them. Steve Bruce is still in charge at this moment in time. It's looking like he will take charge of them on Sunday.
Troopz, what do you think they should do with that situation? Keep him?
For me, I'd say...
Give Steve Bruce has never had money, right? The jobs that he's had.
For me, you keep him until the end of the season and you sack him. And then you go and get a proper manager, blood. But there's no point...
Okay, you wouldn't even want to...
Yeah, and they've even come out and said that they don't want to do no knee-jerk reactions and da-da-da-da, because when you check the level... And when you check the level, like, Steve Bruce hasn't been given no money. The Newcastle fans never wanted him. He is a Geordie, but they never wanted him. But I'd say, you get me? Like Andy Tate famously said, give it Giggsy till end of season. Give it Brucey till end of season. You get me? And then you sack.
Andy Tate's exit is crazy.
Trust me, blood. Little City. You fucking violated them that day, blood. Jesus Christ, blood. I'm not going to lie, fam. But that is the end of episode 95, people. Not 94, Goonie. 95, blood. Yeah? 95, blood. Back again with Troopz, presented by Heineken. Big up Heineken every time, blood. Make sure you get your team. You understand? Big up my brother Zar. Welcome back.
Thank you. Hopefully Barstool doesn't send me anywhere.
Nah, blood. I'm in America soon, so they're fucked, blood.
Yeah,
Big up my brother Goonie. Every time, blood. We've been holding the fort, blood. Appreciate you.
Just.
Big up my brother Josh. He actually turned up today. But you already know, blood. Like I say at the end of every episode, stay safe and wash them fucking hands, blood.